Can we please talk about why this man is never talked about? He is never discussed. Like, there has not been a first round quarterback since I've been watching football. A first overall pick that has been discussed less than Cam Ward. Cam Ward, no TV shows talk about him, none of the podcasts talk. Nobody talks about this man. And I wanted to prove that point because I wanted to go through. I just started going through the top picks of the draft over the past 20 years. And I mean, I got 20 years in, and I was like, oh my God, like I'm 20 years in, and it just keeps going because all these players we talked about. Caleb Williams, talked about him a lot.
Yeah, we did.
Bryce Young, we talked about him a lot. Trevor Lawrence, Joe Burrow, Kyler Murray, Baker Mayfield, Myles Garrett, not even a quarterback. Jared Goff, Jameis Winston, Jadeveon Clowney, Eric Fisher might be the exception. Him and Trayvon Walker are probably the exceptions, right? But Andrew Luck, Cam Newton, Sam Bradford, Matt Stafford, Jamarcus Russell. Like, the list goes on and on and on. All of those quarterbacks we've talked about more coming into their rookie season than we have Cam Ward. It's just unfair. And I just want to go off a little bit on this too because Cam Ward has an elite arm. I mean, he is a gunslinger and he is very athletic. He hits.
I liked him more than Shador.
I did too. I mean, I think he should have gone first overall. He was a better prospect than Shador. And he can hit receivers at all three levels. He has great intangibles. His attitude, his awareness, his work ethic are all fantastic.
Yeah, he's the few interviews I've seen of him. The thing that's getting memed is he called them mid.
Yeah, offense is mid right now.
But I think I don't even think that was like a bad thing to say. I think he's been saying like all the right things. Like
I totally agree.
He's been great at embracing this role, being this franchise QB. But I think to your point, and just kind of answer it and give you my thoughts and opinion.
Yeah.
It just don't have any. It's just nothing special. And nothing special about this team. Like Calvin Ridley, he's a little past his prime. Like there was one point, he was a huge stud. They did bring in Tyler Lockett, deep threat. Van Jefferson, I do kind of like him. Tony Pollard's there. They drafted 2 rookies on the wide receiver room. Offensive line, nothing to write home about. Defense, Xavier Wood. There's just it's just a lot of just. I don't think this team's gonna be very good.
No, they're gonna be bad. This can be a bad team.
This is their wins are at 5.5. I mean, as long as Cam Ward looks good, I think that'd be a positive. No matter how many wins they get. But yeah, I am pulling for him. And yeah, that is crazy. Yeah, I'm not seeing anybody talk about all first things first. Want to talk about is Patrick Mahomes and how he's being disrespected,
and Micah and the Cowboys being silly.
Yeah.
So no, it really does annoy me.
We really just want Cam Ward. We just want to see the Cam Ward light show. That's really all we're looking forward to, and hopefully he can do it. They didn't really support him that well, but hey, it is what it is. But he could eat. Hey, is this gonna be? Are we gonna get a Jaden Daniels situation? I don't know. I feel like there's always a quarterback we don't think will pop, but then they do. Well, I guess there was hype. There was hype last year for the Commanders, but there's no hype here, so they're not coming into the season with high expectations. So maybe that could be a boost for them. Hey guys, nobody believes in us, so if we all band together, and you do see that across sports. So I'm rooting for the Titans, but I mean we're not gonna get to see them. First overall pick and no primetime games is insane.
I mean, what is that? See, I should have looked that up. I would be so curious to know.
It was on Warren. I'm just looking at the Warren Sharp thing, and I was just looking. I was like, they have no primetime games.
When is the last time that happened? I would like to know. I might look that up.
That just goes to show you just how much we don't think this team is going to be good. Their first
Isn't
two
that
home
bullshit?
their first two games are awful. They got to go
Yeah.
on the road to Denver.
First game of his career, he's got to
First
go
game of his
play
career, he has to
against
go
possibly the
in
best
Mile
defense in the
High.
league. In
Second
Mile
game,
High.
he has to play the Rams. Now Matthew Stafford, we'll see about his health, but you got to play the Rams week 2. You get a game against the Colts in week 3. You got to play the Texans. Then you got
Houston
a
twice.
3-game. They have a 3-game road stretch where in week 4 to 6 they play the Texans, Arizona, and then Raiders.
They also got to play the
insane.
Patriots. They got to play the Chargers. They got to play Myles Garrett and the Browns. They got to play the Niners, and they got to play the Chiefs. So
they do end on the Saints and the Jags.
I mean, even the Colts, they got to play the Colts twice. They have a good secondary now, and Lou Anarumo is going to blitz the shit out of them on first down. So, I mean, the floor for this team, in my opinion, is easily one of, if not the worst teams in the NFL. I expect them to be picking very high.
5.5. So.
And, it's like you're reading all my notes. The only way this does not look this way is if Cam Ward has a historic rookie season.
Like we just had.
Yeah, we've had past 2 years now. So I'm not banking on it. But the ceiling, if that doesn't happen, I think is 7 wins. I think they can win 7 games.
Yeah,
we go, their O-line's better and Calvin Ridley's a little better than we thought, and their defense improved. 7 wins, but I would bet the 5.5 under the 5.5 if I'd stay away. I'm going to stay away from it.
Yeah, I would not bet the Titans.
I would go under if I was betting.
Inclined, sure, go ahead.
I mean, they might get an upset here or there, but it's a tough schedule. And I get that it's your division isn't even that good. It's but when you're the worst team in that division.
Yeah, you're the worst team in that division, though. Yeah.
The Colts, we don't think that much of the Colts, but I think the Colts could beat the Titans.
Yeah.
So
with a rookie quarterback.
Yeah, and not much else. So I do think that O-line could be average. I mean, Bill Callahan is the offensive line coach. Bill Callahan is a legendary offensive line coach, and he's got enough to play with here to, I think, do some damage. And then his son, Brian, is the head coach. So, anyway. Anything else on the Titans, Christian?
No, 7th easiest schedule.
It doesn't feel like it. I mean, I guess everything's hard when you're one of the worst teams in the league.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see.